The croissant came out warm and the coffee came alongside. Croissant hour is the morning cafe's most important pride. Of the simple combination that the morning does the best. Croissant hour is the morning putting pleasure to the test. Of what it means to have exactly what the hour needs. Croissant hour is where the morning finally concedes that the small and warm and buttery is all the luxury. Croissant hour is the most important morning's key to the kind of satisfaction that the complicated can't provide. Croissant hour is the morning cafe's most important guide into the version of the day that starts with something right. Croissant hour is the morning's most delicious light. The croissant hour doesn't need to elaborate to work. Croissant hour is the morning cafe's most important quirk of excellence and simplicity and warmth upon the plate. Croissant hour is the morning arriving at its best state of the uncomplicated joy of something perfect in the hand. Croissant hour is the morning cafe's finest stand. Croissant hour, the warm and buttery best. Croissant hour, the morning passing every test. Croissant hour, a simple combination, right? Croissant hour is the morning's finest delight. Croissant hour, the coffee on the side. Croissant hour is the morning's most important pride. I've had the elaborate breakfast that the weekend recommends. Croissant hour is the morning where the simple beauty bends into the most complete expression of what morning is. Croissant hour is the morning feeling like it's his, for the taking and the having in the simplest possible form. Croissant hour is the morning's most delicious norm. Something about the warm pastry in the morning cup. Something about the croissant hour that wakes the morning up. Something about the flakiness and the butter in the layer. Something about the croissant hour that makes the morning prayers. Croissant hour, the warm and buttery best. Croissant hour, the morning passing every test. Croissant hour, the simple combination, right? Croissant hour is the morning's finest delight. Croissant hour, the coffee on the side. Croissant hour is the morning's most important pride. The croissant hour is the best reason to be here this early. Croissant hour is the morning feeling most sincerely about the thing that requires no explanation or defense. Croissant hour is the morning's most delicious sense of all the senses doing what the morning does the best. Croissant hour is the morning putting taste to its test. Vibe warm like the pastry on the plate. Rhodes piano soft like the morning, that's just great. Walking bass below the cup in croissant pair. Electric guitar like the butter in the air. A brush snare like the flake upon the table. Croissant hour, the morning finally able. The croissant hour delivered what the morning always owes. Croissant hour is the morning cafe's most important shows of appreciation for the ordinary done with care. Croissant hour is the morning's most delicious prayer for the simple combination of the warm and the hot sip. Croissant hour is the morning's most important tip. Croissant hour, the warm and buttery best. Croissant hour, the morning passing every test. Croissant hour, the simple combination, right? Croissant hour is the morning's finest delight. Croissant hour, the coffee on the side. Croissant hour is the morning's most important pride. Croissant hour, warm and right. Croissant hour, morning delight. The morning cafe croissant is the most important bite. Croissant croissant hour. The croissant came out warm and the coffee came alongside. Croissant hour is the morning cafe's most important pride. Of the simple combination that the morning does the best. Croissant hour is the morning putting pleasure to the test. Of what it means to have exactly what the hour needs. Croissant hour is where the morning finally concedes. That the small and warm and buttery is all the luxury. Croissant hour is the most important morning's key to the kind of satisfaction that the complicated can't provide. Croissant hour is the morning cafe's most important guide into the version of the day that starts with something right. Croissant hour is the morning's most delicious light. The croissant hour doesn't need to elaborate to work. Croissant hour is the morning cafe's most important quirk of excellence and simplicity and warmth upon the plate. Croissant hour is the morning arriving at its best state of the uncomplicated joy of something perfect in the hand. Croissant hour is the morning cafe's finest stand. Croissant hour, the warm and buttery best. Croissant hour, the morning passing every test. Croissant hour, the simple combination right. Croissant hour is the morning's finest delight. Croissant hour, the coffee on the side. Croissant hour is the morning's most important pride. I've had deep, elaborate the burns. Croissant hour is the morning where the simple beauty bends into the most complete expression of what morning feels. Croissant hour is the The notebook open to a page that hasn't been touched yet. Notebook open is the morning cafe's most important get. Of the blank that holds the possibility of what comes next. Notebook open is the morning's most important text that hasn't been written and is waiting to receive. Notebook open is the morning cafe's most important belief in the potential of the unmarked and the not yet said. Notebook open is the morning putting clear the head of everything that came before and making room for new. Notebook open is the morning cafe coming through with the kind of quiet invitation that the desk can't give. Notebook open is the most intentional way to live. The notebook open has no pressure from the previous pages. Notebook open is the morning cafe's opening stages of the creative possibility that mornings hold the best. Notebook open is the morning's most important test of what it means to start again from nothing and from clean. Notebook open is the best morning cafe scene. Notebook open, blank page waiting there. Notebook open, morning cafe care. Notebook open, the pen not yet begun. Notebook open, is the morning just begun. Notebook open, anything could come. Notebook open is the morning's finest hum. I face the notebook open with the pressure and without. Notebook open at the morning cafe clears the doubt about the page and what belongs there by the time I leave. Notebook open is the morning's most important weave of the possible and the actual into something real. Notebook open is the morning's most authentic feel. Something about the blank page in the morning cafe light. Something about the notebook open making everything right. Something about the white space holding all that could arrive. Something about got the notebook open, helping me to thrive. Notebook open, blank page waiting there. Notebook open, morning cafe care. Notebook open, the pen not yet begun. Notebook open, is the morning just begun? Notebook open, anything could come. Notebook open is the morning's finest hum. The notebook open in the cafe has filled 3 pages since. Notebook open is the morning's most important rinse of the overnight accumulation into clarity. Notebook open is the morning's most important free space for the thinking that requires the quiet and the cup. Notebook open is the morning cafe lifting up. Vivify like the pen above the page. Rhodes piano warm like the morning's open stage. Walking bass below the blank and weight in white. Electric guitar like the morning getting bright. Brush snare like the first word hitting right. Notebook open in the morning light. The notebook closed at 9 with something worth a having come. Notebook open is the morning's most important hum of beginning that delivers something at the end. Notebook open is the morning cafe's finest friend, for the version of the day that starts with something made. Notebook open in the morning, never afraid. Notebook open, blank page waiting there. Notebook open, morning cafe care. Notebook open, the pen not yet begun. Notebook open, is the morning just begun? Notebook open, anything could come. Notebook open is the morning's finest hum. Notebook open, page so clean. Notebook open, morning scene. The morning cafe with the open notebook is the place. Notebook open, giving every morning its best space. Notebook open, blank and bright. Notebook open, morning light. Notebook open, pen in hand. Notebook open, understand. Notebook open. The clock above the counter hasn't reached the 9 yet. Before 9 is the most important morning window I get in the cafe when the seats are mostly empty in the light. Before 9 is the morning at its softest and most right. The coffee here tastes different in the early of the day. Before 9 is the morning cafe's most unhurried way of holding everything the person needs before the rush. Before 9 is the antidote to every kind of crush of people that the later hours will bring into this space. Before 9 is the morning cafe at its finest grace. I come in for the quiet that the 9 o'clock will end. Before 9 is the morning's most important friend. The Before 9 cafe has a rhythm all its own. Before 9 is the morning where the best seeds are sown for everything the day will need when noon arrives at last. Before 9 is the morning running at half-mast of the usual pace that lets the thinking find its form. Before 9 is the calm before the daily storm. Before 9, the seats are mostly mine. Before 9, the morning's finest time. Before 9, the quiet in the cup. Before 9 is the morning waking up. Before 9, the city's still half asleep. But before 9 is the morning's promise to keep. I've tried the later hours and they have their own appeal. Before 9 is the morning with the most authentic feel of what the cafe offers when the pressure hasn't built. Before 9 is the morning free of every guilt about the time I'm taking for the coffee and the thought. Before 9 is the most important thing I've saw. Something about the before 9 makes the morning feel like mine. Something about the early hour is the most important time. Something about arriving when the light is still coming in. Something about the before 9 is the best possible begin. Before 9, the seats are mostly mine. Before 9, the morning's finest time. Before 9, the quiet in the cup. Before 9 is the morning waking up. Before 9, the city's still half asleep. Before 9 is the morning's promise to keep. Yeah, the before 9 regulars don't speak much, but they not. Before 9 is the morning cafe's quiet squad, are the early ones who figured out the secret of the day. Before 9 is the most important morning say that anyone has made about the value of the first. Before 9 is the morning's greatest thirst. Vibes soft like the early morning air. Rhodes piano warm like nobody else is there. Walking bass below the near empty room. Electric guitar like the lifting of the gloom. Burst snare like the clock not yet at 9. Before 9, the morning's finest line. The 9 o'clock arrives and changes everything about before 9. Was the reason for the morning's finest route into the day that starts with something quiet and complete. Before 9 is the morning cafe's best seat. In timing in the room and in the version of the day. Before 9 is the morning's most important word. The seats are mostly mine. The morning's finest time. The quiet in the cup. Before 9 is the morning waking up. Before 9, the city's still half asleep. Before 9 is the morning's promise to keep. Before 9, still in calm. Before 9, morning bomb. The cafe in the early hour is the most important room. Before 9 is the morning's finest bloom. Before 9, quiet seat. Before 9, morning meet. Before 9, almost mine. Before 9, every time. Before 9. The corner booth was empty and I took it like I always do. Corner booth is the morning cafe's gift coming through for the person who arrives before the choices all run out. Corner booth is what the morning cafe's all about. When the best seat in the house is waiting just for me. Corner booth is the most private morning I can be. In a public space with the right amount of around. Corner booth is where the morning's best ideas are found. The high back seat puts something solid at my back. Corner booth is the morning cafe's favorite track. For the regular who knows the value of the right position. Corner booth is the morning's most important morning mission. Yeah, the corner booth gives something the open table never could. Corner booth is the morning cafe behaving like it should. For the version of the morning that needs the walls on two sides. Corner booth is where the best of morning thinking resides. In the nook where the distraction has a harder time arriving. Corner booth is where the morning thinking starts its thriving. Corner booth, the best seat in the place. Corner booth, the morning's private space. Corner booth, the wall behind my back. Corner booth is the morning right on track. Corner booth, the cup within my reach. Corner booth is what the morning cafe can teach. I've sat at every table in this cafe through the year. Corner booth is the conclusion I keep coming back to hear. The way the morning feels different when the corner holds me in. Corner booth is the morning cafe's best possible begin. For the kind of thinking that the open tables scatter. Corner booth is the most important morning matter. Something about the corner and the wall on either side. Something about the booth is where the morning thoughts can hide from the interruption of the coming and the going. Something about the corner booth keeps the morning flowing. cafe can teach. The corner booth at night is harder to come by. Corner booth is the morning's most important early buy-in on the real estate of seats that the morning has to give. Corner booth is the most intentional way to live the morning in the cafe when the day is still ahead. Corner booth is where the morning fills the head. Yeah. Breathe but warm like the booth's familiar wood. Rose piano soft like the morning understood. Walking bass below the corner's quiet claim. Electric guitar like every morning just the same. Brush snare like the cup set on the table. Corner booth, the morning finally able. An hour in the corner booth and something has been written. Corner booth is the morning cafe's most committed investment in the person who came early for the place. Corner booth is the morning giving back its grace to the regular who knows that some seats matter more. Corner booth is the morning cafe's best kept score. Corner booth, the best seat in the place. Corner booth, the morning's private space. Corner booth, the wall behind my back. Corner booth is the morning right on track. Corner booth, the cup within my reach. Corner booth is what the morning cafe can teach. The corner booth, tucked away. Corner booth, every day. The morning cafe corner is the most important seat. Corner booth makes the morning finally complete. Same as always. Corner booth, morning always. Corner booth, just for me. Corner booth, finally free. Corner booth. The clock has cleared the 8 and hasn't made it to the 9. 8:30 is the morning cafe's finest line between the too early quiet and the too late crowded room. 8:30 is the morning cafe's best bloom of the perfect in-between when everything is right. 8:30 is the morning's most important light, not the too dim of the opening and not the too bright noon. 8:30 is the morning's most important tune that plays when all the variables are finally aligned. 8:30 is the morning cafe's most refined expression of itself in the version I prefer. 8:30 is the morning's most important blur. The 8:30 cafe has exactly who should be there. 8:30 is the morning cafe breathing the best air. The moment when the early has delivered its reward. 8:30 is the morning cafe's finest chord of ambiance and light and temperature and sound. 8:30 is the morning's most important ground. 8:30 the sweet spot of the day. 8:30 the morning's finest way. 8:30 the perfect crowd size here. 8:30 is the morning's sweetest year. 8:30 the light is almost right. 8:30 is the morning at its height. I've tested every hour in this cafe over time. 8:30 is the one that hits the most sublime combination of the factors that the morning needs. 8:30 is the morning cafe planting its best seeds of the day in the most fertile ground of the just right. 8:30 is the morning's most important right. Something about the 8:30 makes the coffee taste the best. Something about the morning sweet spot passing every test. Something about the not too early and the not too late. Something about the 8:30 is the morning's finest state. 8:30 the sweet spot of the day. 8:30 the morning's finest way. 8:30 the perfect crowd size here. 8:30 is the morning's sweetest year. 8:30 the light is almost right. 8:30 is the morning at its height. The 8:30 window lasts about an hour at the most. 8:30 is the morning's most important host of the everything aligned before the 9 disrupts the room. 8:30 is the morning cafe's finest bloom that only lasts as long as the variables agree. 8:30 is the morning cafe's gift to me. The scene bright like the morning at its peak. Roads piano warm like the morning I most seek. Walking bass below the just right ambient noise. Electric guitar like the morning's finest poise. Brush snare like the 8:30 clock. 8:30 morning best on the block. The 8:30 delivered everything it always does. 8:30 is the morning cafe's most important because of all the reasons why I come here at this hour. 8:30 is the morning cafe's greatest power over the alternatives of every other time. 8:30 is the morning's most important rhyme. 8:30, the sweet spot of the day. 8:30, the morning's finest way. 8:30, the perfect crowd size here. 8:30 is the morning's sweetest year. 8:30, the light is almost right. 8:30 is the morning at its height. 8:30, sweet and right. 8:30, morning height. The morning cafe at 8:30 is the most important time. 8:30 is the morning's most important rhyme. 8:30, sweet spot here. 8:30, morning clear. 8:30, just enough. 8:30, morning stuff. 8:30. The window caught the light before the street had noticed yet. First light is the morning cafe's most important get. The golden kind that only comes between the dark and day. First light is the morning cafe's most essential say. Yeah. About the value of the early and the quiet and the still. First light is the morning cafe's most important fill. Of everything the later hours will crowd out of the room. First light is the gentlest possible defeat of gloom. I had the coffee ready and the notebook on the table. First light is the morning, making everything more able to receive the kind of thinking that the bright noon never brings. First light is the morning cafe's most important wings. The first light doesn't announce itself with anything but gold. First light is the morning cafe's most important told. Story of the daily miracle of dark becoming bright. First light is the quietest, most important morning right, to be received by someone who arrived before the crowd. First light is the morning cafe's softest spoken loud. First light, the window catch and go. First light, the morning story told. First light, the cafe coming through. First light is the most important morning view. First light, the coffee steaming warm. First light is the morning in its finest form. The first light moves across the floor in a way I recognize. First light is the morning cafe's most consistent prize. For the person who came early when the room was still and new. First light is the morning cafe coming into view, and all its quiet promise of a day worth being in. First light is the morning cafe's best possible begin. Something about the first light and the coffee in the hand. Something about the morning cafe helping me to stand. Something about the golden hour before the golden rush. Something about the first light is the morning's gentlest hush. First light, the window catch and go. First light, the morning story told. First light, the cafe coming most important morning view. First light, the coffee steaming warm. First light is the morning in its finest form. The first light has a quality that photographs can't hold. First light is the morning cafe's most precious gold, the living version of the thing the camera always misses. First light is the morning, giving all its quiet kisses to the person at the window with the cup beside the hand. First light is the morning cafe's most important stand. A vibe about like the sunbeam on the floor. Rose piano warm like the morning's open door. Walking bass below the golden light. Electric guitar like the day arrived and right. Burst air like the dust in the morning air. First light, the morning cafe's finest care. An hour past the first light and the room is filling now. First light gave the morning cafe its best bow to the day before the day became what days become. First light is the morning cafe's most important hum of something just beginning in the way that only mornings do. First light is the cafe's best gift coming through. First light, the window catch and go. First light, the morning story told. First light, the cafe coming through. First light is the most important morning view. First light, the coffee steaming warm. First light is the morning in its finest form. First light, golden slow. First light, morning glow. The cafe in the first light is the most important room. First light is the morning's most forgiving bloom. The first light, soft and gold. First light, stories told. First light, quiet room. First light, morning bloom. First light. First light. The kettle is the first sound that the morning gets to make. Morning brew is the ritual I practice when I wake into the version of the day that coffee helps define. Morning brew is where the morning draws its finest line between the sleeping and the standing in the amber light. Morning brew is the transition that the morning gets right. When the cafe opens and the smell precedes the taste. Morning brew is the one thing I refuse to take in haste. I find the corner table where the light is coming through. Morning brew is what the morning gives before the to-do. The first sip is the quietest, honest thing I know. Morning brew is where the mornings learn to grow. The morning brew arrives in the cup before the words. Morning brew is softer than the waking song of birds outside the window where the city hasn't started yet. Morning brew is the most unhurried thing I get before the day requires the faster version of my pace. Morning brew is given every morning its right space. Morning brew, the first sip of the day. Morning brew, the morning's gentlest say. Morning brew, the cup between my hands. Morning brew, the only thing the morning demands. Morning brew, the warmth before the word. Morning brew is the best sound I've heard. The morning brew at the cafe has a different taste. Morning brew is the antidote to every kind of haste that the afternoon will ask of me before it's done. Morning brew is the quiet before the day has run into the full of everything that living asks us for. Morning brew is the cafe's most important door. Something about the morning brew makes everything more clear. Something about the first cup is the most sincere. Something about the quiet cafe and the steaming cup. Something about the morning brew that wakes the morning up. Morning brew, the first sip of the day. Morning brew, the morning's gentlest say. Morning brew, the cup between my hands. Morning brew, the only thing the morning demands. Morning brew, the warmth before the The morning brew is company in the soft ambient sound. Morning brew is where the best ideas are found. Before the noise of everything the working day will bring. Morning brew is the cafe's most essential morning thing. The pause before the purpose, and the rest before the run. Morning brew is how the morning's best is done. Bright the first light coming in. Rhodes piano soft like the morning's best begin. Walking bass below the cafe, waking slow. Electric guitar like the amber morning glow. Brushed snare like the steam above the cup. Morning brew, the cafe opening up. The morning brew was finished and the day can now begin. Morning brew delivered everything contained within. The ritual of the quiet and the warmth and the first taste. Morning brew is the most beautiful kind of haste that never hurries anything but gently opens the door. Morning brew is what the morning cafe is for. Morning brew, the first sip of the day. Morning brew, the morning's gentlest say. Morning brew, the cup between my hands. Morning brew, the only thing the morning demands. Morning brew, the warmth before the word. Morning brew is the best sound I've heard. Morning brew, first light in. Morning brew, let begin. The cafe in the morning with the first cup of the day. Morning brew is the most important thing I say. Morning brew, warm and slow. Morning brew, morning glow. Morning brew, first of all. Morning brew, gentle call. Morning brew. Morning brew. The pen is moving before the coffee cools inside the cup. Morning pages is the practice at the best morning setup. 3 pages of whatever comes before the day begins. Morning pages is the morning's most consistent wins over the clutter thinking that the overnight collects. Morning pages is the morning's most important checks and balances of everything I'm carrying around. Morning pages is the morning cafe's quietest sound. The pen on paper and the thought that follows right behind. Morning pages is the best way I have found to find a version of myself that's ready for what comes ahead. Morning pages is the cafe and the notebook and the head. The morning pages don't require the writing to be good. Morning pages is the morning cafe doing what it should for the version of the practice that just needs the space. Morning pages is the morning cafe's best embrace of the messy and the honest and the not yet formed. Morning pages is where the best ideas are born. Morning pages, the pen is moving out. Morning pages, the morning cafe showing how. Morning pages, 3 pages before the day. Morning pages is the most important morning way. Morning pages, whatever comes through. Morning pages is the morning cafe's gift to you. Try the morning pages at the desk at home before. Morning pages at the cafe has a different open door. The ambient sound of other mornings going by. Morning pages is the morning cafe's best reply to the question of where the thinking finds its clearest form. Morning pages is the morning cafe's favorite norm. Something about the cafe and the pen and the blank page. Something about the morning pages and the morning stage. Something about the writing before the day demands. Something about the morning pages putting things in hands. Morning pages, the pen is moving now. Morning pages, the morning cafe showing how. Morning pages, 3 pages before the day. Morning pages is the most important morning way. Morning pages, whatever comes through. Morning pages is the morning cafe's gift to you. The morning page is finished and the head is somehow clear. Morning pages is the practice that I keep coming here to the cafe for before the working day begins. Morning pages in the cafes where the morning winds
over everything the previous night had left behind. Morning pages is the cafe's most important find. Hear the bliss soft like the pen across the line. Rhodes piano warm like the morning's best find. Walking bass below the pages filling up. Electric guitar like the steam above the cup. Brush snare like the notebook closing clean. Morning pages is the best morning cafe scene. Page 3 is done and something in the morning has been said. Morning pages clear the space inside the head. For the version of the day the practice always makes. Morning pages in the morning cafe for the sake of the honest and the clear and the ready to begin. Morning pages is the cafe's most important win. Morning pages, the pen is moving now. Morning pages, the morning cafe showing how. Morning pages, 3 pages before the day. Morning pages is the most important morning way. Morning pages, whatever comes through. Morning pages is the morning cafe's gift to you. Pages 3 and on. Morning 1, the cafe in the morning with the notebook and the pen. Morning pages starting every morning over again. Morning pages, page by page, page by page. Morning pages, morning stay, morning stay. Morning pages, clear and free, clear and free. Morning pages, just for me. Morning pages.
The barista starts to pour before the minute hand completes. Pour over is the morning cafe's most unhurried feats of patience, turning water into something worth the wait. Pour over is the morning saying slowing down is great. The kettle arcing water in the thinnest possible stream. Pour over is the morning cafe's most deliberate dream of what it means to take the time requires. Pour over is the morning burning its most careful fires. I watch the bloom expand and then collapse into the cup. Pour over is the morning that refuses to give up on the possibility of something better in the slow. Pour over is the morning cafe's most important flow. Yeah, the pour over takes 4 minutes, but the 4 are worth the trade. Pour over is the morning cafe's most patient arcade. There's something becoming something through the application of. Pour over is the morning's most intentional love for the process over the product and the way over the end. Pour over is the morning cafe's most important friend. Pour over, the slow way is the right way. Pour over, the morning's most important display. Pour over, the patience in the stream. Pour over is the morning cafe's finest dream. Pour over, 4 minutes of the best. Pour over, the morning passing every test. I've had the faster versions and they have their own appeal. Pour over is the morning with the most authentic feel of something being made with the attention it deserves. Pour over is the morning coffee hitting all the nerves of appreciation for the thing that takes its time. Pour over is the morning cafe's most important rhyme. Something about the slow pour makes the first sip taste like more. Something about the pour over is what mornings are for. Something about the patience of the thin and steady stream. Something about the pour over is the morning's finest dream. Pour over, the slow way is the right way. Pour over, the morning's most important display. Pour over, the patience in the stream. Pour over is the morning cafe's finest dream. Pour over, 4 minutes of the best. Pour over, the morning passing every day. The pour over teaches something that the morning always knew. Pour over is the patient thing delivering the new version of the ordinary into the extraordinary cup. Pour over is the morning cafe's best possible setup for the person who has 30 extra minutes in the day. Pour over is the morning's most important say. Vibe bound like the water finding its way down. Rose piano warm like the quietest morning sound. Walking bass below the patience of the poor. Electric guitar like the morning asking for more. Brush snare like the last drip in the cup. Pour over the morning finally up. The pour over, deliver what the patience always earns. Pour over is the morning lesson every morning turns into the most important thing about the chosen slow. Pour over is the morning cafe's most beautiful flow of water through the grounds into the cup below. Pour over is the morning's most important show. Pour over, the slow way is the right way. Pour over, the morning's most important display. Pour over, the patience in this stream. Pour over is the morning cafe's finest stream. Pour over, 4 minutes of the best. Pour over, the morning passing every test. Pour over, slow and right. Pour over, morning like the morning cafe. Pour over is the most important cup. Pour over is the morning's most patient setup. Pour over, drop by drop. Pour over, never stop. Pour over, slow and true. Pour over, morning dew. Pour over. The line is far ahead of me, I'm moving at his pace. Q is the morning cafe's most important grace of patience being practiced in the most ordinary way. Q is the pre-coffee ritual of every morning day. I know what I am ordering before I reach the bar. Q is the morning cafe measuring how near the far of the cup that I have been anticipating since the alarm. Q is the morning's most unhurried arm around the shoulder of the person in the line who waits. Q is the morning cafe at its most communal gates of the shared experience of needing the same thing. Q is the morning's most important communal ring. The Q moves forward one by one and I move with it slow. Q is the morning cafe's most important flow of the patience that the morning always asks before the cup. Q is the morning cafe's most important setup for the appreciation of the thing that's coming near. Q is the morning building what arrives from here. Q, the line is moving slow. Q, the morning taking it low. Q, to ahead and counting down. Q is the quietest moment in town. Q, the order almost here. Q is the morning coming clear. I've been the person rushing and I've been the person still. Q is the morning cafe's most important fill of the time between the wanting and the having of the cup. Q is the morning building all the way up to the moment at the counter when the name gets called for me. Q is the morning's most important guarantee. Something about the wait that makes the having feel the best. Something about the Q is the morning's most important test. Something about the patience of the line before the cup. Something about the Q is what the morning sets up. Q, the line is moving slow. Q, the morning taking it low. Q, to ahead and counting down. Q is the quietest moment in town. Q, the order almost here. Q is the morning coming clear. The person at the counter just ahead has a complicated ask. Q is the morning cafe's most patient task of holding everything together while the order gets fulfilled. Q is the morning's most important build toward the moment when the cup is warm inside my hands. Q is the morning cafe where the morning lands. The vibe patient like the line is moving through rows. Piano warm like the morning coming to. Walking bass below the step by step ahead. Electric guitar like the order in my head. Brush snare like the name called at the bar. Q is the the morning, not too far. The Q delivered me the cup and everything is right. Q is the morning cafe's most important night. Before the day when patience earns its most important pay. Q is the morning's most rewarding waiting way of getting to the thing the morning has reserved for me. Q is the morning's best patience guarantee. Q, the line is moving slow. Q, the morning taking it low. Q to ahead and counting down. Q is the quietest moment in town. Q, the border almost here. Q is the morning coming clear. Q, almost there. Q, morning care. Q, the morning cafe. Q is the most important line. Q is the morning's most patient design. Q, step by step. Q, morning care. Q, cup in hand. Q, understand. Q. Yeah. The same faces in the same seats at the same hour every day. Regulars is the morning cafe's most important way of building something small but real in the city's rush. Regulars is the morning's most important morning hush. A recognition that the stranger has the same need as me. Regulars is the morning cafe's quiet community. Nobody speaks much, but everybody knows the nod. Regulars is the morning cafe's most important squad of the independently social and the quietly connected. Regulars is the morning cafe's most respected form of belonging without the obligation of the more. Regulars is the morning cafe's best unspoken score. The regulars arrive before me and will stay until after. Regulars is the morning cafe's most important chapter of the daily story that the space tells every day. Regulars is the morning's most communal say about the value of the place that holds you at your best. Regulars is the morning cafe, passing every test. Regulars, the same seat every time. Regulars, the morning's most important rhyme. Regulars, the night across the room. Regulars, is the morning's finest bloom. Regulars, the shared and silent right. Regulars is the morning doing right. I've been the stranger at the morning cafe, and I know regulars is the morning invitation to the slow accumulation of the familiar over days. Regulars is the morning cafe's most important ways of welcoming the person into something worth the return. Regulars is the morning's most important earn. Something about the regular and the recognized nine. Something about the morning cafe's quiet squad. Something about the belonging without the words required. Something about the regulars is what the morning desires. Regulars, the same seat every time. Regulars, the morning's most important rhyme. Regulars, the night across the room. Regulars, is the morning's finest bloom. Regulars, the shared and silent ride. Regulars is the morning doing right. The regulars don't need the morning to be anything but this. Regulars is the morning cafe's most important bliss of the uncomplicated and the quietly familiar. Regulars is the morning making everything peculiar in the best way that the ordinary ever gets. Regulars is the morning's most important bets. Powdery warm like the recognized face. Roads piano soft like the comfortable space. Walking bass below the morning's quiet crowd. Electric guitar like the unspoken aloud. Brush snare like the morning night exchange. Regulars, the morning rearranged. The regulars will be here when I come back tomorrow too. Regulars is the morning cafe coming through with the most important continuity the city gives. Regulars is the most intentional way one lives in the urban that the anonymity defines. Regulars is the morning's most important signs. Regulars, the same seat every time. Regulars, the morning's most important rhyme. Regulars, the night across the room. Regulars is the morning's finest bloom. Regulars, the shared and silent ride. Regulars is the morning doing right. Regulars, every day. Regulars, find your way. The morning cafe. Regulars are the most important crew. Regulars is the morning's best community glue. Regulars, same as always. Regulars, morning always. Regulars, know the night. Regulars, morning squad. Regulars, regulars. The sign is flipping over from the close side to the right. Soft open is the morning cafe stepping into light. The chairs come off the tables and the grinder starts its hum. Soft open is the signal that the morning day has come. The barista is arranging all the cups along the shelf. Soft open is the morning cafe finding its best self. Before the rush, before the lineup, stretching to the door. Soft open is the morning cafe at its purest core. I'm one of the first ones in before the regular crowd. Soft open is the quiet before everything gets loud. The morning and the cafe in their most essential form. Soft open is before the day becomes the norm. The soft open has a quality the busy hours don't hold. Soft open is the morning cafe's most important goal. The freshness of the space before the people fill it in. Soft open is the most important morning begin. Of any given day I've chosen to arrive this early. Soft open at the morning cafe hits the most sincerely. Soft open, the first one through the door. Soft open, the morning cafe showing more. Soft open, the chairs just coming down. Soft open is the quietest spot in town. Soft open, the grinder's morning start. Soft open is the morning cafe's heart. The soft open morning gives the cafe back its space. Soft open is the morning putting everything in place. Before the orders and the names and all the daily noise. Soft open is the morning cafe's purest poise. The moment when the room is new and waiting to begin. Soft open is the morning letting something in. Something about the first hour of the morning cafe day. Something about the soft open's most important say. Something about arriving when the chairs are still coming down. Something about the soft open is the best part of the town. Soft open, the first one through the door. Soft open, the morning cafe shows more. The chairs just coming down. Soft open is the quietest spot in town. Soft open, the grinder's morning start. Soft open is the morning cafe's heart. Yeah. The soft open regulars all know each other's face. Soft open is the morning cafe's most exclusive space. Not by design but by the habit of arriving when. Soft open is the signal that the day begins again. With the freshness that the overnight is giving back the room. Soft open is the morning cafe in its finest bloom. Bright like the morning coming through. Rhodes piano warm like the cafe starting new. Walking bass below the opening of the day. Electric guitar like the light across the way. Brush snare like the first cup being poured. Soft open, the morning cafe's best reward. The The soft open hour passes and the crowd begins to grow. Soft open gave the morning its most honest glow. Before the pace of everything the midday hours bring, soft open is the morning cafe's most important thing. The window when the day is new and everything feels clean. Soft open is the best morning cafe scene. Soft open, the first one through the door. Soft open, the morning cafe showing more. Soft open, the chairs just coming down. Soft open is the quietest spot in town. Soft open, the grinder's morning start. Soft open is the morning cafe's heart. Soft open, fresh and clean. Soft open, morning scene. The cafe in its first hour is the most important room. Soft open is the morning, clearing every gloom. Soft open, first light here. Soft open, morning clear. Soft open, day begins. Soft open, morning ends. Soft open. The calendar says Sunday in the morning knows it too. Sunday morning is the cafe at its most honest view of what the week was building toward without admitting it. Sunday morning is the morning that's the perfect fit for the version of the cafe that is nowhere left to rush. Sunday morning is the most important morning hush of all the 7 mornings that the week has in its hand. Sunday morning is the morning I most understand the full potential of the cafe and the cup in me. Sunday morning is the morning finally free from the weekday pace that doesn't let the morning breathe. Sunday morning is the cafe giving back its leave. The Sunday morning cafe has a different kind of crowd. Sunday morning is the morning where the quiet is allowed to be the loudest thing the room has offered all the week. Sunday morning is the morning everyone should seek, the version of the cafe where the time moves at its own. Sunday morning is the most important morning known. Sunday morning, know where I need to be. Sunday morning, the cafe setting me free. Sunday morning, the second cup is fine. Sunday morning is the morning most divine. Sunday morning, the hours are all mine. Sunday morning is the most important sign. I've been the Sunday morning person for as long as I recall. Sunday morning is the morning that I love the most of all, for what it gives back after all the weekday mornings gave. Sunday morning is the morning's most important save of something essential that the rush week always takes. Sunday morning is the best of all the morning breaks. Something about the Sunday in the cafe in the slow. Something about the Sunday morning's most important glow. Something about the no alarm in the second cup. Something about the Sunday morning filling me up. Sunday morning, know where I need to be. Sunday morning, the cafe setting me free. Sunday morning, the second cup is fine. Sunday morning is the morning most divine. Sunday morning, the hours are all mine. Sunday morning is the most important sign. The Sunday morning person at the window with the book. Sunday morning is the morning cafe's best look at what the space can be when freed from weekday pace. Sunday morning is the most important morning space of all the available to anyone who chooses right. Sunday morning is the morning's most forgiving light. By mind, slow like the Sunday moving by. Roads piano warm like the lazy morning sky. Walking bass below the unhurried cafe floor. Electric guitar like there's nothing left to ignore. Brushed snare like the Sunday breathing free. Sunday morning is the best there'll ever be. The Sunday morning passed the way the best things always do. Sunday morning is the morning I will always come back to. When the week has taken everything the week requires, Sunday morning's where the morning person retires into the most complete expression of what mornings mean. Sunday morning is the best morning cafe scene. Sunday morning, nowhere I need to be. Sunday morning, the cafe setting me free. Sunday morning, the second cup is fine. Sunday morning is the morning most divine. Sunday morning, the hours are all mine. Sunday morning is the most important sign. Sunday morning, slow and wide. Sunday morning, step inside the morning cafe. Sunday's the most important room. Sunday morning is the week's most gentle bloom. Sunday morning, all the time. Sunday morning, most sublime. Sunday morning, slow and free. Sunday morning, just for me. Sunday morning, just for me. Sunday morning. The croissant came out warm and the coffee came alongside. Croissant hour is the morning cafe's most important pride. Of the simple combination that the morning does the best. Croissant hour is the morning putting pleasure to the test. Of what it means to have exactly what the hour needs. Croissant hour is where the morning finally concedes that the small and warm and buttery is all the luxury. Croissant hour is the most important morning's key to the kind of satisfaction that the complicated can't provide. Croissant hour is the morning cafe's most important guide into the version of the day that starts with something right. Croissant hour is the morning's most delicious light. The croissant hour doesn't need to elaborate to work. Croissant hour is the morning cafe's most important quirk of excellence and simplicity and warmth upon the plate. Croissant hour is the morning arriving at its best state of the uncomplicated joy of something perfect in the hand. Croissant hour is the morning cafe's finest stand. Croissant hour, the warm and buttery best. Croissant hour, the morning passing every test. Croissant hour, a simple combination, right? Croissant hour is the morning's finest delight. Croissant hour, the coffee on the side. Croissant hour is the morning's most important pride. I've had the elaborate breakfast that the weekend recommends. Croissant hour is the morning where the simple beauty bends into the most complete expression of what morning is. Croissant hour is the morning feeling like it's his, for the taking and the having in the simplest possible form. Croissant hour is the morning's most delicious norm. Something about the warm pastry in the morning cup. Something about the croissant hour that wakes the morning up. Something about the flakiness and the butter in the layer. Something about the croissant hour that makes the morning prayers. Croissant hour, the warm and buttery best. Croissant hour, the morning passing every test. Croissant hour, the simple combination, right? Croissant hour is the morning's finest delight. Croissant hour, the coffee on the side. Croissant hour is the morning's most important pride. The croissant hour is the best reason to be here this early. Croissant hour is the morning feeling most sincerely about the thing that requires no explanation or defense. Croissant hour is the morning's most delicious sense of all the senses doing what the morning does the best. Croissant hour is the morning putting taste to its test. Vibe warm like the pastry on the plate. Rhodes piano soft like the morning, that's just great. Walking bass below the cup in croissant pair. Electric guitar like the butter in the air. A brush snare like the flake upon the table. Croissant hour, the morning finally able. The croissant hour delivered what the morning always owes. Croissant hour is the morning cafe's most important shows of appreciation for the ordinary done with care. Croissant hour is the morning's most delicious prayer for the simple combination of the warm and the hot sip. Croissant hour is the morning's most important tip. Croissant hour, the warm and buttery best. Croissant hour, the morning passing every test. Croissant hour, the simple combination, right? Croissant hour is the morning's finest delight. Croissant hour, the coffee on the side. Croissant hour is the morning's most important pride. Croissant hour, warm and right. Croissant hour, morning delight. The morning cafe croissant is the most important bite. Croissant hour is the breakfast done most right. Croissant hour, flaky warm. Croissant hour, morning norm. Croissant hour, simple best. Croissant hour, morning blessed. Croissant hour, croissant hour. The croissant came out warm and the coffee came alongside. Croissant hour is the morning cafe's most important pride of the simple combination that the morning does the best. Croissant hour is the morning putting pleasure to the test of what it means to have exactly what the hour needs. Croissant hour is where the morning finally concedes that the small and warm and buttery is all the luxury. Croissant hour is the most important morning's key to the kind of satisfaction that the complicated can't provide. Croissant hour is the morning cafe's most important guide into the version of the day that starts with something right. Croissant hour is the morning's most delicious light. The croissant hour doesn't need to elaborate to work. Croissant hour is the morning cafe's most important quirk of excellence and simplicity and warmth upon the plate. Croissant hour is the morning arriving at its best state of the uncomplicated joy of something perfect in the hand. Croissant hour is the morning cafe's finest stand. Croissant hour, the warm and buttery best. Croissant hour, the morning passing every test. Croissant hour, the simple combination right. Croissant hour is the morning's finest delight. Croissant hour, the coffee on the side. Croissant hour is the morning's most important pride. I've had deep, elaborate the burns. Croissant hour is the morning where the simple beauty bends into the most complete expression of what morning feels. Croissant hour.